Good morning. I always want to remind everybody, since we're Catholics, most of us don't know what this is. This is a Bible. We read it every time we come to church. You do it through this thing here. That's a missalette. And this is a little thing. That's the part of the Bible that's called the Psalms. So, you guys know I'm messing with you, right? I hope you do. Well, today I want to talk real quick about the Psalm because it's, in a way, it goes with the reading, the first reading that we did. And that Psalm is about God's providence. Of course, I said, okay, I've heard that a bunch. What does that really mean? Providence? Well, it's a protective care. It's how God has protective care for us. He cares about us and he protects us. So if you look at this, it's Psalm 33, and in that, you only get three stripper readings through the Psalm on the missalette. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I know you're glad about that, but I'm going to talk about those three. So first is give praise to the Lord on a harp, and they're saying, hey, joyfully give praise to the Lord, because he is worthy of that praise. So it's just telling us do that. And then the other one says, you remember, or you've all heard people say, hey, you make plans and God laughs, right? So that's what this is. It says the Lord thwarts the plans of nations and frustrates the designs of people. But he has plans that will be fulfilled. So that, and then the last part is interesting because it says, the Lord our God, his eyes are upon us, which means he's watching out for us. And then it says, he will deliver us from death to persevere through life in times of famine. And they're not talking about just famine, they're talking about when things are bad. Who's there when things are bad? So, all right, now I got that. Now let's go back to the reading real quick. In this, where are we at? All right, we're before the Exodus, way before. And so we're in about the time of 1,700 years before Christ. And Jacob is there. He's an old guy now. He has all of his sons. Of course, you probably remember his sons threw their youngest at the time down a well, because they didn't like him a whole bunch. He had a premonition or a dream at that time that all his brothers would come down and bow before him. Remember that in Genesis? He had that premonition. Well, now's the time. He went through a lot of bad times. Now he's going through a lot of good times. And in this, he's the second in leadership. Only Pharaoh is above him. So everybody has to come to him for all their grain and food and things like that, because there's a big drought. Remember, in this reason, how did Joseph get there? He would talked about dreams. He interpreted the dreams, and the Pharaoh had a dream about these cows coming out of the Nile, and there were great cows coming in there, and then right behind them come out there were a bunch of scraggly-looking dudes that ate the good cows. So, and he had everybody interpret this for me. Pharaoh asked that. Nobody could do it, but Joseph could. So he told him, and what was that? It was, they're going to have 7 years of great times, and then 7 years of famine. And they're in the 7 years of famine now. And all his and he's got one more brother that was born from Rebecca. And so now there's actually the 12 of them for the 12 tribes. So here we go, and they're coming in now, and first thing they do, come in and bow down to him. They don't know who he is, but they're bowing down to him. So there it is. It's what he predicted, what he dreamt is true. And then he's, how would you feel? These are your brothers. Okay. But they threw you in a well. They wanted to kill you. So it's not like it got this good family tie with them. Talk about dysfunctional families. But anyway, here they are again talking, and he's being really curt with them. He's kind of like, all right, you guys, I know you're spies. You're spies. You're only here because you want to overthrow Pharaoh. Oh, no, we're not. We just want some food. So he's being real bad towards them. At the end, it says he turned his face and wept. But I believe he did that because it hit him real hard that these are my brothers, and I'm going to forgive them, and I hope they're going to forgive themselves too. So those are the things I thought about with this. Thank you.